Alright, these are probably the rarest of the bunch. What you're looking at here is a Treo 800 prototype. Now, if you know anything about the Treo series, there was a Treo 800W. It was a Sprint device, CDMA only. And this device is you can't even, there's X's there, is kind of what I'm showing you. This one was in Group B apparently. This was a Treo 800 prototype, but it is GSM. You can see there's a space there for a SIM card. And apparently they were making two different versions of these, a GSM version and then a CDMA version, which we ended up going exclusively to Sprint. But in the early webOS days, according to Donald Kirker, who was an intern in 2008 at Palm, these were the first webOS devices. These were the devices that were basically first being developed on for the original version of webOS before there was any such hardware to be able to actually use whatever version of webOS ended up being made in the early days. So this is kind of cool. Now you put a battery in this, it'll basically power up and it'll show you the bootloader screen, which is basically 6 colored blocks, or 8 maybe, I don't know, but that's not the point. It doesn't do anything, sadly. It would need an SD card, which if you look in there isn't an SD card, sadly, in there. If there was, it would probably boot to some really weird version of webOS, which would probably make Donald very happy, and me too. But alas, not so. Now I've got a couple devices here. This one's not super rare. This is a production model Sprint original pre. Now, I only have this sitting here. It's got a bad touchscreen, first of all, but I only have this sitting here. See, because of the size and/or shape of the device. Now I'm putting it next to this guy, and this guy looks like a normal Sprint original pre, but in fact it is not. Even lining them up, you can kind of see that there's some differences here. Notably, it is a bit shorter. It's a little bit fatter. It's not quite the same slender size. I'm not going to close this because the volume rocker ribbon is in the way of a piece that's behind the screen, and it'll shear on me. I don't want it to shear on me. So the original pre had this plastic ridge that went all the way around. It's got these plastic volume rocker on it, and then the back of it, which this looks pretty close. I know you're going to think, oh, it looks the exact same. I'll prove to you that it is not the exact same, because this is just a normal back, just like this one. Okay, and if I tried to put this on there, okay, like this, and line this up at the top, okay, now it's sorry, it was lined up at the top. First of all, we got some serious camera problems going on. That's going to take some pretty crappy pictures. Not that the original Sprint Pre didn't take crappy pictures in the first place, but it doesn't actually go to this device. You can't fit it on there, because if I flush the bottom up like this and then go up to the top, you'll notice that it is too big. So it's shorter and it's a little fatter on the front. Interestingly, this is a GSM version. I have not tested a SIM in it. I don't believe it actually has a working radio. But what's interesting is that this device is actually running webOS. Well, you know what? I don't want to ruin it for you. See, it's got touches on there. It's got webOS version. Oh man, I need a drum roll on this video or something. 0.9. In fact, this version is so before 1.0 that there's no reference to webOS in this operating system at all. It does boot to the Palm logo. It does recognize itself as Palm device. The USB drive does work. Nova Term will tell you that this device's name is Castle, which was the code name for the original Pre, which of course came out exclusively on Sprint as a CDMA device. Remember I said this is GSM. I don't have a back for this device, by the way. I can't show you how it actually fits. And also, there is no gesture area. There's nothing I can do. This button is super squishy. It's really flat. And I can't really show you, but it's super squishy. You really got to push into it to get it to do anything. The keyboard has a weird plastic where this, I mean, this is obviously a alpha hardware rendition. You got the number up there for whatever model version this is. I mean, everything is designed to function. However, this is actually not a device. It'll show you it has signal. I don't think that bar ever changes. Maybe it does. I don't know, but I think it's just in some sort of demo. So it's pretty cool. I was trying to think what else is on here. There's some. You'll notice the icons are all weird. It's cool the touchscreen works. Obviously the screen's a little yellow. Some of these apps are placeholders. I've tried to launch a few of these. I don't know what quick first use is, but that does not do anything. And they obviously had some sort of import tool that they could run. There's a personal assistant that they were trying to make do stuff. I mean, this thing's just super, super cool. And Donald even told me that he remembers working on these original things. Oh, you know what? I didn't even know airplane mode was on. Maybe that's why I can't do anything. Why would it have signal if airplane mode is on? Car locations? Ignore travel distances? I have no idea what in the world we're talking about here. That's weird. Maybe that was in the original old school. Oh, it wants to turn on GPS? Something tells me this does not have GPS. That would be funny if it did. Sorry, I kind of run on my own tangent as I'm playing with this thing. It's got a touch panel measure software. That's probably testing. It's got an issue reporter. So this is obviously an in-house software piece. Here's our Palm catalog. First of all, we know that doesn't do anything anyway, even if it did have internet access. And yet, yeah, weird. I have not tried to mess with Wi-Fi. I don't know. I don't even know that this has. Oh, I don't even know. It wants to reformat my media card. That sounds like a terrible idea. Let's not do that. I can't even get that to go away. I'm not touching that bad boy. Oh, it went away. Good. So there you go. But this is going to a new home. Actually, Donald is going to take this device. Oh, look, every time I swipe down, I get this. It's a nice bug. Huh, that's funny. Anyway, so this is cool. Oh, I wonder if I can get this to do this. I forgot to mention that they didn't have plastic buttons. They've got this rubber that goes all the way around the device. It's really weird. This rubber stuff. And the button you actually push is squishy. And then the volume rocker is the same thing. It's like a rubber volume rocker, which, by the way, does work. See? Isn't that cool? And the button, there it goes, is green. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of cool. But like I said, no gesture area, no back, no left, no right, nothing. But man, this thing's super cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it.